Hello, everyone. Leah Dixon here from Port Coquitlam, British Columbia. Happy snow day to everybody in the lower mainland. We had a huge amount of snow last night and it's going to continue all day, so schools are shut down. My kids are, of course, still in bed, which is nice. And yeah, we're ready for a great quiet day. So lots of crafting, starting with this morning's video. I'm going to be doing another Sale-a-bration sample card just to show you guys some of the great things that we can do with the products that are in this Sale-a-bration brochure. So I'm going to switch over to my desktop so you can see the stamp set I'm using today, and I'll tell you a little bit more about how you can earn this stamp set actually for free. So this is the Heartfelt happen. Okay, there we go. Trouble switching over, I guess. So this is just a great stamp set in our Sale-a-bration brochure. 6 really beautiful, like I love how they've combined the fonts, kind of sentiments in here. Great for Valentine's Day, just a general, card to give to somebody who you care about. The hellos, your moms and dads for Father's Day and Mother's Day. A nice little Easter, and then I like this enjoy your day for anything, but especially for birthdays. So this is in our Sale-a-bration catalog. With a $60 Canadian order, you can actually earn it for free. So this is our Sale-a-bration brochure. These are all stamp sets that you actually have to earn, not buy. And it is right in here. They do have it on the first page, but then they have a little bit more detail about it. Where did it go? There we go. All the way in on page 10 in the brochure. They've paired it up with some really fun papers, and of course it coordinates with the Heartfelt Hexagon punch. Hi Cindy, thanks for watching. So that is the stamp set that I'm focusing on today. And I've paired it up. So I've got the sentiment here from the Heartfelt Hellos, but I've paired it up with the Heartfelt Hexagon stamp set and punch, as well as the Zoo Crew Designer Series paper. So you actually don't have to have a ton of stamp sets to create this one. This is mostly the DSP doing the heavy work, and then that Heartfelt Hellos doing the sentiment. So let's get started creating. I have got here all my stuff that I need in my little envelope. So I have got a piece of lemon lime twist paper, a piece of black cardstock, a piece of the Zoo Crew Designer Series paper here. And so it's got little critters on one side, and then I've just chosen the black polka dots. And then I've got some cardstock to do some stamping on. So first thing we can do is take our DSP, black cardstock, lemon lime twist, and our card base, and we're just going to glue all of those together. Good morning, Gail. Thanks for joining. So I do really like the Zoo Crew Designer Series paper pack because they have the cute critters on one side, which you can fussy cut and use to create with if you don't have the Zoo Crew stamp set. There are dies that also coordinate. And so it's actually kind of funny because as I'm telling you that, I realized that when I created these cards, I forgot that, and I actually did fussy cut them, and I didn't need to fussy cut the raccoon. There's actually a die that goes with him. Oh well, it wasn't challenging, but I need to remember that I've got the dies. Okay, so here we go. So I've got those all layered on. So I do find Lemon Lime Twist, Parakeet Party, those bright greens really, really bright. So I like just putting a little tiny border of them. That way you can have the fun color, but without being blinded. If you really like these colors and don't find them too bright, then you could create the border a little bit thicker, make a 1/4 inch border instead of the 1/8 of an inch border that I've got. And then you'd get to see a little bit more of that color. All right. So we've really just got that all done up, all of our layers done, and now we can get busy with our stamping. So I'm going to set that off to the side, put the lid on my glue, and we're going to start stamping. So, I just realized I was so busy cleaning up last night. I cleaned up some of the stuff I actually needed. So I'm using the Heartfelt Hexagons border to go with my punch. You of course don't need the border, but I do find that it adds just a little bit to it, and I really like the look that it creates. So, oops, there we go. So I've got that. I'm going to grab my black ink, and I'm going to ink this up twice. Good snow day morning. I know, it is so nice. It has been so peaceful around here. Okay, so we're going to stamp 2 of these. And so this isn't the little dotted one. This is the border that has like the extra lines around the dots. And 2, just like that. And there we go. Now I can put that off to the side, and I'm going to grab my hexagon punch. So this is, I think, my new favorite right now, probably because I've been working so much with it. I've been using it for classes, and I've got an upcoming stamp camp. In fact, today's the last day to register for my Heartfelt Hexagons stamp camp with Greta. And so if you want more info about that, there is info in the description of today's video. And it is just such an easy punch to use, creates such great backgrounds, and yeah, it's just, I love it. So I've got those 2 hexagons created now. Now we're going to work on our sentiment before we do anything else. So I've got my glass mat here, so I don't really need to do much more. I'm going to wipe this down with my embossing buddy just to make sure I don't have fingerprints. And then I'm actually going to grab a piece of paper because I currently have white embossing powder in my trays. So I'm going to use this piece of paper as like a tray for my embossing powder. I'm going to get my Enjoy Your Day sentiment. Now I could totally just stamp this in black ink. That would work. But I've been finding recently when I've got kind of bolder images, like the enjoy on this is quite bold, that I'm not loving how my black ink is looking compared to how I know it could look if I embossed it with black. So I've been doing actually a lot of black embossing. I think I need to get another tray so I can keep black out. It used to not be a go-to, and it's becoming more and more one of those colors that I'm using all the time. So I'm stamping my Enjoy here with Versamark. And then I'm going to grab my black embossing powder. And you can see I don't use my black very much because this is actually still a really old one with the blue labeling. All right, and I'm going to tap that off. Now, I clearly didn't do a very good job when I used my embossing buddy on here. But that's what this brush is for. We get this brush in the Embossing Editions kit along with the tray. And oops, now I took away some from the Y. So you get the tray, the tweezers, the embossing buddy to wipe down your papers, and then this little paintbrush as well. Now, sometimes I find, and this is one of those cases, where the paintbrush is even too big. That's when I grab my Take Your Pick tool, and you can literally use it to pick off like a single grain. Or sometimes I don't use it to pick it off, but I use it to push it back in towards whatever I'm embossing. So it just is adding to, there we go. All right. I think that is pretty good. Because this is such a light color, I really want to make sure that all my extra black stuff is off of there. All right, now I'm just going to pour this back in. There we go. And now my surface is ready to go for embossing. I am going to hold on to this paper with my tweezers. So these are reverse tweezers, so you push them to open them, and then when you let go, they clamp on, and that's just going to help so that my paper doesn't blow away. I actually don't even have to hold it now because those tweezers will hold it in place. And we're going to heat this up. All right, there we go. So that sentiment now is just so bold. And so my glass mat here is a little warm, but it's not bad. And I don't need to worry about it because it is heat resistant. So I'm not going to damage it by doing my embossing right on it, which is nice because I know I did some damage to my wooden desktop previously. And sometimes if you use papers underneath, it curls the papers, so it's not the greatest. So having the glass mat to heat emboss on is fantastic. So this glass mat is actually available now during Sale-a-bration as a starter kit bonus. So if you join my team right now during Sale-a-bration, you actually get this glass mat for free. So kind of a nice little perk. All right. So now I'm going to take my paper snips and I'm going to cut this out. So I'm starting with those straight edges on Enjoy, and then I'll do the end with the Y in a moment. So I'm just cutting out the word Enjoy. And now I'll come in here and cut that. So I've got that word all cut out. Now I have to find out which one of these bits has the rest of my sentiment. There we go. And I am going to cut this one out as well and keep it nice and small. So this sentiment's really nice because the bottoms of the letters are quite straight. So it makes it very easy to cut in a straight line. Awesome. So that is our sentiment created. And now the last thing that we need to create to put onto our card front is our image. So let me see here. I found these little guys in the Designer Series paper. And so I'm just going to bring in the whole pack of DSP right now. So there's all sorts of critters like the cute bears and llamas and everything. And then some nice patterns on the other side. And the one I want is this one that has our little raccoon and our dog on it. And so I'm going to pull that out. And there's all sorts of critters in here. And with that pulled out, I am just going to kind of rough cut these guys off of the page, and then I'll properly fussy cut them in a moment. So there we go. I've got my two critters. And let's cut them apart as well. Now this little guy actually has dies. So I'm actually going to go grab the die for him just to speed up this process. Hopefully I can find the dies easily. I totally forgot that I had them. Oh my goodness. Oh, maybe this is why I didn't use them. Maybe. Oh, there they are. Okay. They're the Zany Zoo dies, and it just makes things so quick and easy, even with the time it took me to go find them. Now, unfortunately, the little dog does not have a die cut to go with him, so we'll just have to fussy cut him. But let's grab our little mini machine here, and we'll get our raccoon cut out lickety split. There we go. So, and it cuts out his balloons and everything, which is really nice. Okay. So, get that all lined up. There we go. And, oops, I just moved that a little bit when I put my plate down. Sometimes I grab a piece of washi tape to hold this in place so that it doesn't slip on me. And then we'll see if we have to trim up his tail because he was a little close to the edge, so I'm not sure. Oh, good morning, Karine. Yeah, we're having a snow day here, so it's my perfect day to craft and just enjoying making a little card using the Heartfelt Hellos from Sale-a-bration. All right, so there's our sweet little raccoon all cut out. So he's ready to go. And then, unfortunately, there's no dies for the doggy, but that's okay because I actually wanted to keep his confetti around him as well. So we're going to come in and just trim him out. And so I've kept just a tiny little border around him. I haven't gone right up to the black line. That's going to help him pop out on the card, but what it's also going to do is help me be able to cut around the confetti and not have it look really weird. So I am going in around the confetti though when there's big gaps. I'm not leaving like a whole bunch of white space. And just make sure I'm on the screen. Okay. The snow is so pretty. Yes. It is. I love it when I don't have to go anywhere in it. After this video, Noah and I are going to go for a little walk in the snow. I tried getting the kids up. I'm like, oh, do you guys want to go sledding? And I guess teens now, they're too old for that. They're like, no, go back to bed. So that's okay. I'll go out and enjoy a peaceful time walking in the snow. And then we'll see what happens overnight tonight because it's supposed to snow all day. So I'm not super excited about what tomorrow's commute might be. Hopefully if it stops, it'll give them time to clear the roads for the morning tomorrow. All right, so we're just about done fussy cutting him. So I did leave one little bit of confetti that I didn't include in my fussy cut because I felt like I was going to have too much white space around it. I am going to fussy cut it and glue it on separately. So this little guy's going to be one little bundle, and then I've got these 3 little pieces all by themselves that I'm going to fussy cut and just add on separately. So you don't want to go too crazy with these ones getting too close because you want to leave enough space behind them that you'll be able to put adhesive. All right, there we go. So we've got all of that stuff cut out. Now I didn't just put mine on in this black and white kind of look with the accented balloons and confetti. I did color mine. Throwing pens around. To do that, I took light crumb cake to the dog and I just added a little bit of light crumb cake to his white parts. So he's already got like a nice accent around his eyes and his nose and his spots. So I just, instead of leaving him all white, used a blend and added that in. Okay, so then once I've done one coat, I just kind of came back in and added a little bit more to his tail, to the side of his body below his arm and the bottom of his arm, and to the back of his head and the back of his ear. So just a little bit of shading just to give him some interest. And I'm no artist, so I don't know about like proper shadows and stuff, but I thought it looked cute. All right. Oh, hi, Cynthia. What's the weather like in Indiana? Do you guys have snow as well? Seems like a lot of Canada and North America, well, all of North America, US and Canada is getting either very cold or very snowy right now. We've had the very cold. Now we're getting the very snowy. All right. So now I'm using light smoky slate to cover most of his body. Little raccoon here. And I know typically they do have black on them, but I didn't want to be kind of like that harsh on these sweet, soft little critters. So instead, I just used the dark smoky slate as kind of my black. 1 degree. Oof. Okay, that's a bit chilly. Is it windy? No, in fact, the snow's coming straight down here. It's like not windy at all. All right, so now I'm going to take this dark smoky slate. I'm going to color over top of the lines on his tail. I'm going to color over his nose, and I'm going to color his mask, but make sure to stay out of those eyes. I want to keep his eyes nice and white so they pop. So you may even find that using the thin tip is easier because this thick tip can kind of, like you can go a little out of the lines with it. So then I'm going to go back in and do this again just to make it kind of extra dark because I'm choosing to use dark smoky slate instead of black. I want to give it as many layers as I can to really darken it up. Okay. And then I'm going to come back one more time. Good morning, Lila. Oh, I know. Very cute, but definitely stay out of the garbage. Yeah. I'm going to come back one more time with my light smoky slate. And I'm going to do the same thing I did to our little dog. Is I'm going to go in and add some extra little shadows and stuff. And just some accent color. There we go. Okay, so I did that with my fine tip, and then I'm going to come back in and kind of blend it with my wider tip. Okay. So it definitely blends better if you do it right away when everything's kind of still wet. There we go. Now, if you ever overdo it with your color, you can grab the color lifter and take some color off. Now, I just realized I didn't do his belly. I am going to do it, but I'm going to do it in light and just one coat. There we go. So he's got a lot of different shades of gray on him now. Oh, thank you, Cindy. I've been practicing. I've been trying. It really is all about practicing and seeing what works and what doesn't. So we have all of the bits ready for our card front now. We're going to pull in our card base again. Oh, hi, Diane. Good afternoon for you already. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, you're back east. It's still only 9:30 in the morning here. So just finished breakfast, having my second coffee, and doing a little bit of crafting. All right, so I'm going to take some liquid glue now and attach these to my card front. So I'm putting one up in the top left corner, and I'm going to put the other one down in the bottom right-hand corner. And these are just going flat, no dimensionals or anything. So I'm just trying to kind of keep an equal border on the corner sides. All right, so with that done, I can now grab my dimensionals and we're going to start attaching some stuff. So I'm going to take my word enjoy and put that on first. Actually, you know what? I'm not. I lied, because I want to make sure that I have enough space to put my raccoon on without his balloons going off our card. So I'm going to put my balloons, my raccoon with his balloons down first. So I'm not using too many dimensionals. There's one on his balloons, one on his body. And make sure that his balloons stay on our card front. There we go. Now I can attach my enjoy so that it will be underneath him. And I'm going to put it on a nice little angle. There we go. And then I'm going to grab my doggy here, and he gets 3. He gets 1 for each set of confetti and 1 for his body. And I'll pop him down. And there we go. And now comes the tricky part. These are really, really tiny, but I still want dimensionals behind them. So we're actually going to grab our paper snips. And we're going to cut up. Actually, I'm going to grab one that's got a bunch off already. Here we go. So I've got just the border here now of a dimensional pack. And I'm just coming in between, and see those tiny, tiny little bits. I'm going to grab that to put on the back of that one piece of confetti. So just an itty bitty little bundle. And pop that in. Oh, where'd you go? Oh, it's hopping out of my hands. Okay, and then I'm going to pop that back onto its spot where it should be around the little dog. Queen of Dimensionals. Oh, yeah. Oh, good morning, Janet. And then for your day, I'm going to come in and just grab 2 of those little things, or you could cut straight across and make like one long piece. But I'm going to grab 2 of those to put on the back of your day. So yeah, your dimensionals, although they're easy to pull off in their cute little hexagon shapes, if it's not the right shape, grab your scissors. They still work once you've cut them up into little itty bitty shapes. There we go. And oh, no, that's not what I want you. There we go. And then I'm going to put your day on as straight as I can make it go. All right. Now our final touch to this card is, there we go, our rainbow adhesive dots. These guys are absolutely gorgeous. So much fun. They look great with the lighter than air designer series paper and everything else. In my upcoming stamp camp, the Heartfelt Hexagons, we've actually paired them up with the 3-color twine and the Flight and Airy designer series paper. So they're super fun. For this card, I am using a whole bunch of them because I want to create that party feeling. So I've kind of looked at the balloons and gone, okay, there's green, yellow, pink, and blue, and some orange over here. So I'm going to grab those colors and just have some fun with it. So I'm trying to kind of work in like groups of 3s. I always find that they look best in groups of 3s. And so there we go. 3 there. Bring in some orange up here. Some more blue. Some more yellow. And in a lot of cases, I am trying to put these over top of a black dot, just so that it like pops out instead of being right beside a black dot. It's on top of the black dot. All right, so there we go. We've got that splash of color across our card now with the rainbow adhesive back dots, and that is our finished card. So super cute, super fun. If you have the Zoo Crew stamp set, you can stamp in the little raccoon and then choose one of the other critters to put there. But if you don't have it, cutting out the DSP is a great way to design a card. So I have one other card to show you. I'm not going to build the whole thing, but it's using the Zoo Crew paper again with the Heartfelt sentiments. And so just really different. I took a circle punch and used it to punch out the little hedgehog from one of the papers, colored in the hedgehog with pecan pie because he was actually just all white with the black outline. So colored him in and then added the Love You More sentiment from Heartfelt Hellos. Oh, and a little strip of, you always end up with those little 1/2-inch strips everywhere. So I grabbed that to go behind the circle. So yeah, that's just a whole other kind of thing. And that painted textures background I thought was perfect for a little painting hedgehog. So just really fun sentiments in that Heartfelt Hellos stamp set that you can get for free with a $60 purchase. So yeah, that is my Sale-a-bration samples for today. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll be back again next week with some more samples using Sale-a-bration items and always pairing them up, of course, with things from our mini and our annual. So that you can see what kinds of things you could purchase to coordinate with it, so that you can earn that for free. Oh, thank you so much, Cindy and Diane. Thank you, Lila. So you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Enjoy the snow if you're in one of our snowy locations. And you overlooked this bundle, Lila. There's so many great things in that mini catalog that it's a little crazy. There's a lot of things that get missed for sure. Even the other day at my catalog launch, Greta was showing us something and I'm like, I didn't see that in the catalog. Where's that? It's my job to know what's in the catalog and I missed some things. So yeah. All right. Have a great day, everyone. Stay warm. Bye.